Okay, this is Excel chapter 12, video 5 of the step-by-step. Okay, you should still be on the chart solution, and we are going to be on the stacked bar chart. Okay, and so what we're going to do in this step-by-step is we are going to add some elements to our charts. Okay, if necessary, we want to click in a blank area of the chart to select the chart and make the buttons in the upper right hand corner appear. Now, this is one of the ways that we are a little different in a Mac from a PC. Now, so in a PC, when we click on our chart, we get 3 little buttons up here in the chart, a plus sign and quick layouts and all that. In this, those are going to be located up here on our chart design ribbon. So right here where you see add elements, that is the plus sign. Then we have quick layouts. And so this is where your changes are going to be that would usually be over here on your chart area. And so what we're going to do is we want to click on chart elements. Okay. And your menu will appear. So this is your menu of different things that we can add to our chart. Okay. This will show which current elements are currently on the chart and then which are not. Okay. So if you look on there, it has little check marks. And so it tells you what is on there and what is not. So if there's a check mark by it, that is on there. Okay, so we're going to click the axis titles. So right here, okay, and we want to do both a vertical and a horizontal. Okay, so we're going to click on horizontal. So notice where that put it. It put it down here at the bottom. And then we're going to go to axis titles and we want to do the primary vertical. So it's going to do both horizontal and vertical. All right. And what we want to do is the axis title on the bottom of this screen has selection indicators. Okay, so since we didn't do it second, so we did it first, it didn't. So we just click on it so that we change it and it has handles, so it's ready to go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click up here in your formula bar, just like we did before, and we are going to type thousands and press enter. And when you of course I accidentally hit what do I have on there? ANDS. Okay, thousands. That's not there we go. Okay, so when you type it in there and you hit your enter, then it sets it. And so now this is what we have as our vertical or our horizontal, our horizontal axis. Okay, now we want to click the total line chart tab. So right here is our total line chart tab, and we're going to click on it. Okay, we're going to click on our chart elements, and we want to select axis titles again. So we're going to click on axis titles. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry, my iPad was about to die, and I use it for my textbook. So, okay, so we are on our total line chart tab, and we're going to click on our chart elements again. Okay. And we want to do axis titles, and this time the vertical axis title. So we're going to do horizontal and vertical. Okay, and this time your vertical axis is selected because we selected them however order. Like I said, it's a little different from the PC, and so that's why it's telling you that they'll be selected and they may not be. Okay, just make sure that you know which one you are working on when you put them in there. Okay, so we want to click on we're going to do this one, and we're going to type thousands in here for this one too, and hit enter. Okay, and so it's going to put that thousands in there. And we're going to repeat the previous steps and add a vertical axis title of thousands for the coffee line chart. So we're going to find the coffee line chart. We want to add a vertical, and this time, instead of adding both horizontal and vertical, let's just add a vertical chart or vertical. And later on, when they tell us to delete the horizontal one, we won't have to, because all we're going to do is insert the vertical. Okay, so we're going to say thousands, thousands, enter. All right, and we also want to do it for the clustered bar chart. So clustered bar. All right, so if you will notice, we need to put the horizontal one on this one because this is where we have it. So we're going to go up here to axis title and horizontal. That gave us the wrong one. We want vertical. See, this is what it did. See, this is our horizontal. And you can also double click down here and you can type it in on your own instead of going up here into the formula bar. Okay. All right. Now we're going to click on the stacked bar and the chart tab. We're going to click the chart elements button and select the data labels. So we're going to go up here and right here where it says data labels option. Okay. And your labels are going to appear. So what we want to do is click on the callouts. So it's going to look a little different on a PC than it does on the Mac, but that's okay. This is what we want. Okay. All right. Let's hit save. And then we're going to move on to the next step by step. Okay. We're going to go back to, or we're still on our stacked bar. Okay. And we want to click on the vertical axis title. And so this is our vertical axis. All right. If you hover over it, it tells you it's your vertical axis and we want to delete it. So we're going to hit the delete key on our keyboard. And so then there it deletes that. So we don't have a vertical anymore, but we do have our horizontal. We kept it. Okay. We want to do the same thing for our coffee line. Okay. But remember, we did not put a horizontal on it, so we don't have to do the coffee line. The total line, we need to go down here and get rid of our horizontal. Okay, you may have to minimize a little bit so that you're above the scroll bar and delete that axis title. We also want to delete the vertical one on the clustered bar. So we're going to go over here and delete the vertical. Okay, so that is how you can delete any of the titles that you have in there on your chart elements. You could also go to your chart elements and uncheck mark the vertical and it'll go away. Okay, we're going to right click on the stacked bar chart tab. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go this right here to our stacked bar, and we are going to right click. Okay, now remember right clicking on your Mac is, so you're going to click on that and you're going to do command click. Oops, sorry. Command click. Control click, sorry, control click, and we're going to go to move or copy. Okay, and so what we are going to do is we are going to make a copy of our stacked bar. Okay, and we want to put it before the sheet list box. Okay, so right up here where it says before sheet, this is your list box of the sheets that you're going to have, and we want to have it in front of the clustered bar. So it's going to be before clustered bar, so that's where you're going to select, and then you got to click right here to make sure you create a copy. And so we are going to say okay. All right, so notice it made a copy of the stacked bar and it's called stacked bar 2. All right, we are going to change this one to sales increase. Okay. Now what we want to do is click the $150 data label for the bakery in 2018. So this is 2018. This is our $150 label. All right, and we want to press delete. And so what that does is get rid of that data series label. All right, we want to do the same thing for coffee accessories. Packaged coffee and tea, and deli. So the only one that will have a label is right here on coffee and espresso. Okay. All right, so click the annual sales title up here where it says annual sales. There's two ways that you can do this. You can click in here and select it, or you can go up here into your formula bar. It doesn't matter how. Okay, so this is what we're going to type on this one. Coffee, espresso, and accessories only, consistent, sales increase. Okay, and then, oops, and that's, my consistent should be capitalized. All right, so this is what we should have on here. Okay, all right. Now what we're going to do is you can also hide data series. We're going to click on, okay, so on the PC, we can go in here and we can filter our categories, and we cannot do the filter per se on the Mac. So that's another difference that we have between Mac and PC. So depending on which one you do, you won't have to worry about the filter. Okay, we are going to, we're good. Let's hit save, and we are good to go on this one. Okay, so we're going to call that good for our step-by-step for this video, and we will move on to the next video and try to finish up on chapter 12. And leave this file open. So hit save and move to the next video.